My name is Logan, and this is my new life. I come from a town called Good Springs. I travelled across the Mojave Desert, trying to hunt down the man that was my would-be murderer. But somewhere along my journey, I realized there was something else. Nipton was the start of it. Seeing what the Legion was capable of, what they would do to the good people that I met along my journey. I couldn't let that happen. I wouldn't. I would rally Veronica and Boone to my side, so that we may work together to undo the Legion's harm. She looks like she could be one of those bandits, but there's no easy way to know with these people. There's those warnings, though. These are the tribal folks. She's wearing something on her back. It's not what I think it is. Couldn't be, right? Nah. Couldn't be. No, it's just... I thought I'd seen that before in someone else. Those thugs that Benny'd hired, remember the ones in Boulder? They were part of a gang. Just looked like a similar vest. The Khans. Could this be them? Well, from memory, they seemed willing to talk. So maybe this lot will be. Regardless, let's just be ready, yeah? If the shit hits the fan, we defend ourselves. Right, no more sneaking around. We'll walk into this openly. Damn, it's gotten dark again. There's thunderclouds overhead. Let's be ready to hit the deck if we need to. Tents. Quite a few of them. Where'd she go? Doesn't look like there's much activity down this side. No. Fires seem to be burning down there. Hey, sit down for a second. Does that look familiar? Yeah. Oh shit, here comes one now. Hello? I'm not here to cause any trouble.
You're no friend to the Great Khans. You should turn around and leave. And if we see you in the Mojave, well, accidents happen.
Hey. You can threaten me all you like. I'm here to talk.
Mr. House isn't a man to be trusted. Watch yourself.
How would you know about that? Maybe we got some questions we need to ask. Whoever that is, they seem different than the others. Let's try and have a word.
What rhymes with heart? 1, 2, 3. syllables. Maybe I should write something about how much the Great Khans suck.
Sorry to
Silver.
interrupt.
What do you want?
What are you doing here? You look different than the others.
Nothing really. Just trying to psych myself up to try my initiation. Again.
Whoa, okay, easy. Look, sounded like you were writing poetry there before. Was that part of your initiation?
Oh, you heard that, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, I was writing poetry. I know, it's not a very Great Khan-like thing to do. The followers of the Apocalypse came to our camp when I was a kid, and they brought a bunch of old books. I used to read pre-war poetry for hours.
So, why isn't poetry exactly Great Khan-like?
Have you seen this tribe?
Yeah.
If it's not an epic drunken ballad of cracking skulls and hearing lamentations, I think it's a waste of time.
So, why are you doing there? You know, it sounds like you're not going to be happy being a Great Khan. Maybe you'd be happier somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can find my true calling, someplace they'll appreciate my poetry.
Exactly.
Someplace like the old Mormon fort, maybe. Do you think the followers of the Apocalypse would take me? I remember all those books they brought us when they visited our tribe.
Well, why don't you go there find out? They seem good enough people. I've dealt with them before.
I don't know. I mean, I'd go myself, but what if they said no? The Khans wouldn't take me back, and then I'd have nobody.
Sometimes you gotta take risks in life, but look, I'm heading to Vegas soon. I can ask if they'll take you in.
You'd do that? Thanks. I mean, I'd go myself, but what if they said no? The Khans wouldn't take me back, and then I'd have nobody.
Alright, well, is there anything you can tell me about the Great Khans? You seem to be more willing to talk than some of the others here.
I can tell you they're a bunch of big dumb jerks with no appreciation for art. I mean, can you believe their initiation?
What is the initiation exactly?
Everybody has to do it. Well, everybody who wants to be a Khan anyways. You toss you into the ring there and beat on you for a solid minute. If you survive, you're in.
Well, sounds a little bit better than the Legion at least, but still, really doesn't sound like you should be here.
Sure, maybe not if you're some hulking reprobate like Regis or big to the gills like Jack. I've tried 5 times and still haven't made it. Indulgent. What rhymes with indulgent?
Alright, well,
Oh, no, that's...
I'll leave you to it.
I wonder if anything rhymes with Cazador.
Alright, let's keep going.
1, 2, 3... Damn it, too many syllables.
There's gotta be someone that's a little bit further up the chain of command here. If they know anything about House that we should know, I'd like to know it. After dealing with Benny, you know how easy it is to get screwed. Hey.
Soon Caesar will send his best troops from the Arizona campaign. The NCR won't know what hit them.
Oh really? Is that how it is then? I'll remember that. Hey.
The runners are saying that the NCR is sending in their elite shock troops to try and push back the Legion.
Maybe. Is it just me, or do these guys sound decidedly neutral? Can't seem to find anyone that's higher up. Damn it. I'm still hungry. I need to eat now. Remind me to get us more food. The peppers are hot as fuck, but at least I don't need to cook them. Drink down some water with that. Alright, let's move up onto that ridge. There might be someone there. No.
Oh, I wonder if anything rhymes with Cazador.
Cazador. Why am I not surprised they know about them? Let's check that place out, and then we'll check out that building that we saw originally. We've got people coming through. Let's just try not to appear too threatening. Hey.
You know you're traveling with a fucking murderer?
Boone? Hey. You right? You know those guys? Well, I don't have any problem with it. They've given me more than enough trouble. Only one up ahead. Seems where a few of them sleep. Hey.
Whoa, new guy.
You mind telling me a little bit about the Khans?
They're family, you dig? They've always looked out for us, made sure we had something to eat and a place to crash. Papa may look like a big angry bear, but he's a softy at heart. Regis is cool, scary, but cool. The rest are all pretty groovy, even little Jerry.
Jerry? Who's Jerry?
The other dudes call him Jerry the Punk. That's kind of harsh, though. I think he's just a sensitive soul that needs some love. He's usually down around the proving ground if you want to say yo.
I've met him before. And what is it exactly that you do here?
Do? We don't, do anything. We make the magic happen.
What's the magic, then?
We make the happy stuff. What do you need? Jet, Psycho, a little Med-X to ease the pain?
You're drug dealers.
Nah, man, more like drug suppliers. Yeah. Other folks sell them. Diane's mostly in charge of that.
Who's Diane?
Diane's my girl, man. We've been taking care of each other our whole lives, ever since our folks died. Now we keep the Khans and Caps together.
Right. Well, I've heard enough.
Take it easy, dude.
I'm guessing you were Diane?
You're not one of my regulars. What do you want?
I've just been talking to your guy Jack over there. What is it you do here?
We keep the Great Khans from falling apart, essentially. Jack manufactures the chems. I organize the runners and the shipments.
Right. So who exactly do you sell to?
We make regular shipments to a lot of settlements around the Mojave. A lot of our business comes from the fiends lately. Personally, I think they're kind of creepy. But Papa likes the fact they get all hopped up on Psycho and harass the NCR patrols.
So you just glorify drug dealers?
We're supplying things people want in exchange for things our tribe needs. Don't judge us.
Mind if I ask you something else?
Like what?
What else can you tell me about the Great Khans?
I'll spare you the history lesson. Talk to Papa Khan if you want to hear that story. Things have been rough for a while now. Even with Jack working all the time and my runners making deliveries daily, we're barely getting by. Maybe this alliance with Caesar will help, but I don't know.
Alliance with Caesar? Well, why are things so tough then?
Red Rock Canyon isn't exactly the most hospitable place. There's no food, barely any water, and nothing anybody wants. We used to send patrols out to acquire supplies, but ever since Bitter Springs, there just aren't enough of us left.
Right, I think we're done.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Nothing else.
Bye.
Alright. Well, it's confirmed at least. Let's go. They're allied with the fucking Legion. God damn it. Supplying drugs to the other goddamn scum out in the wasteland so that they harass the NCR. Let's keep on going. I need to talk to this Papa guy. I don't like us wiping out an entire camp here. There's some people here that sound decent. They've just been wound up in a shitty situation. I know what that's like. If I can try and, I don't know, convince them otherwise. Fuck, I don't know. There's got to be something. Something we can do here. Sure, a lot of them are just savages, but... well... not all of them. If anything, it seems like the drug making is the linchpin of their organization. We take that out the way. I mean, Jack and Diane seem like good folks, but... well, without them... Hey.
I ought to bleed you.
Oh, really? You want to try? Just watch what you say around here, okay? Hey.
Why did you kill our brothers in Boulder City?
Well, maybe it's because they tried to put a fucking bullet in my head. Or at least they served the one that did. You got anything else to say? I'd suggest you say it.
Carl's been in a shitty mood since that big explosion at the fort.
Oh, really? Alright, let's keep going. Hey.
Yeah?
I'm looking for your boss. You're not here. Just keep going. Someone here is interested in the NCR. Well, they seem to remember Boulder City. This place looks a little bit different than the others. This is the place. It's gotta be.
Huh?
Excuse me.
What?
Nothing. You must be Papa. My name is Logan.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub?
I hear that your tribe has fallen on hard times. I'm here to tell you that things are going to become harder. The Legion, they will use you. They will chew you up and spit you out. Whatever your alliance is with them, it's not worth it. I've come to ask you to break the alliance with Caesar's Legion.
Have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you?
Do you really think that Caesar is going to help your tribe? As soon as he's done with you, he will throw you away. Anyone that's a man will be killed. Your children will be raised as legionary soldiers, taught to hate the Khans, anyone else that remains. It's not the future that you want for your people. He's using you. He doesn't care about the Khans.
Doesn't he? Caesar's representative tells a different tale. The glory of the great Khans will be restored, and once the NCR is pushed back to California, all the land from here to the Colorado will be ours.
Is it?
I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crimes.
That's what he told you. Look, I want to know more about your people.
You want to hear the story of the Great Khans? It's a long one, full of honor, glory, and betrayal. We have suffered, but we will regain our glory.
All right, I'll hear it.
In a hurry, are you? Very well, then. The Great Khans came east, out of the NCR 14 years ago. We ruled the wastes then, and called no man master. But we underestimated the families of the Strip, and they drove us back to Bitter Springs, where we remained until the NCR arrived and drove us here.
Bitter Springs. Shit. Boom. What happened at Bitter Springs?
When the NCR came to the Mojave, we thought they would be easy pickings. We raided their caravans, their towns, their camps. They couldn't stop us. At least that's what we thought. They tracked us to Bitter Springs and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR gunned them down.
What? It doesn't sound like something the NCR would order.
Oh, they claimed it was a miscommunication, but tell that to those who saw our families butchered. Tell it to the survivors who were banished here.
The three families. How did they defeat you then?
They allied with Mr. House, the self-proclaimed master of New Vegas. He supported them with the resources of New Vegas. Weapons, technology, caps. They were better equipped, and we could not stand against them.
I'd like to ask you something else.
Typical. No reference for history in the younger generations.
You know what? That's all. I'm done. We're done.
Farewell.
Seems like everybody with a stake in the Mojave is gearing up for
good.
something big.
What?
Hello.
I don't know what to make of this. It sounds like Boone's got a history with them.
Seems like everybody with a stake in the Mojave is gearing up for something big.
Let's go. Well, it doesn't sound like there's going to be any convincing them. Especially Papa. They've got too much history. Anything you want to talk about there, Boone?
What is it?
Bitter Springs. What happened there?
That part of my life's over now, and so is this discussion.
All right. I respect that. I'll leave it for now, Boone.
Yeah.
All right. There's nothing else we can do here for now. We tried to convince him. If it comes to it, we might need to slip back in here. I had the idea of killing all these people, but perhaps if we could take down their drug smuggling operation and cripple them enough that they're not going to be enough of an ally. We need to get back to Vegas. We need more information. We can't act on this alone. There still may be some other way we may be able to swing them onto our side. Let's hit the road. We've spent enough time here. I don't like this. I don't like leaving potential enemies here. But there's a chance. A slim one. They might be potential allies.